Everyone, it's your favorite Dinobot here. Today we got the monster that killed Godzilla versus the monster that killed Superman. And guess what? They did it with these hands. But hey, we're gonna start off with Destroyah. So so first things first, let's get the quotes out the way, and then we'll get to the power scaling. Destroyer was confirmed to be the most powerful monster to ever face Godzilla. All right, and we got to remember this guy fought Godzilla in his burning state. Although he was dying, he was gradually getting more and more powerful as he was dying, which is absolutely ridiculous in my opinion. I mean, geez. I mean, as you guys can see here, he's straight up just dragging Godzilla like that. Like, geez, my boy, you chill. You already killed the sun, but geez, let chill. But yeah, this makes him above monsters like Space Godzilla. And even in terms of the Japanese guy, this would definitely make him above Ustan Ikuzakami and Yamato no Orochi, who I'll get into a little bit as well. But let's start off with the Godzilla scaling. So considering the fact that he's been able to show he's above Godzilla in all forms of media, from IDW to manga to, IDW comics, manga, and, movies. This means that he would definitely be above some of Godzilla's feat here, such as being able to not only destroy black holes, but also being able to straight up dog walk the Avengers. This means Destroyer in Godzilla's place when fighting against the likes of Thor, Hulk, and Hercules. They would be literally no match for him, like at all. Thor should scale, relative to his AP. He's been able to harm the Chaos King with his blast of lightning and his energy attacks, and yet they were not effective against Godzilla. The Chaos King being able to consume 98% of the multiverse, and again, this was a relatively this was basically base Thor that did this here. Destroyer would also be scale above Hulk and Hercules, who has been able to lift the heavens, and Hulk, who has been able to destroy Nightmare's realms, which is literally the concept of the dream realm and imagination itself. But if you want me to stick into the Godzilla verse, Godzilla has been able to literally dog walk characters like Zeus with relative ease. Zeus is above Kronos, who's above Uranos, who was able to literally stop chaos itself. So again, this means they're on a conceptual plane here. So we then have him being above gods or monster gods, if you will, such as Yamato no Orochi and Ustan Nikuzakami. So let's talk about that, right? Yamato no Orochi is actually the completed version of King Ghidorah, and it's kind of been like that for a good minute in the High C anime. Sorry, High C series. Ooh, I said anime. My bad. Ooh, forgive me. Not anime. High C movie series. My gosh. We actually see that King Ghidorah has been able to be relative, if not superior to Godzilla, considering Godzilla either needs amps or power levels, or amps or allies to actually be able to take on King Ghidorah. And we actually known that Yamato no Orochi is the completed and the more powerful version of Ghidorah, and is actually more powerful than King Ghidorah, even as a separate entity. So again, I would definitely say that Yamato no Orochi is more powerful than King Ghidorah. Like I said earlier, King Ghidorah should be Godzilla's second strongest opponent, with Space Godzilla being the third. And Space Godzilla was born basically able to tank a black hole as a cell, and was bombarded by countless supernovas. So again, I do think this is very relative, meaning Yamato Orochi is greater than King Ghidorah, who's equal to, if not greater than, Space Godzilla, and he would be less than Orochi. Less than Destroyer. Then you have Ustan Ikuzagami, who is Orochi's equal, but he has his own feats, such as being able to, split time and space. Okay, he's been able to pretty much cut through time and space like it's nothing. This means he should be relatively above that. This means he would probably be in the same category as characters almost like Vector Prime in a way. He's able to exist outside of the natural flow of time and space, which would make him a 4D level character. And considering the fact that these gods can pretty much exist on different planes of existence far above, including being able to eat the conceptual being of light itself, as Yamato Orochi is known to eat the sun goddess once every few thousand years, I believe. I think it's relative to say here that again, these characters would be pretty much these guys are below Destroyer. I think that's pretty simple to simplify here, right? Now on to Doomsday. Doomsday is a monster, like absolutely crazy. This dude has embarrassed the Justice League. Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman got clapped. Superman and him literally beat each other so hard that they both died. How do you do that? You beat each other to death here. And he's been able to rip Plastic Man in half, which Batman described as impossible. In Dark Crisis, while being under the control of the Great Darkness itself and being made to fight, pretty much like he always does, so kind of Doomsday was at peak here. Doomsday was able to straight up fight two Aquaman from two parallel planes that were showing relativity to each other, was able to tank attacks from two Supermen, both John Kent and Clark Kent, and was able to fight against Black Adam, which is actually pretty impressive here. Characters like Superman should already have, like, versatile level feats, like, again, being able to harm Darkseid with his punches, being able to basically blitz reality warping missiles, has been able to pretty much shatter space and time and shake the heavens in his fight with Wonder Woman, and shatter space and time when he was fighting like different versions of himself, which is relatively simple. So again, Doomsday should scale above that on some occasions. There has been a couple of occasions where he's been boxed up by Superman before, but I think we all understand that Doomsday is relatively stronger and more durable than Superman. So yeah, Doomsday should definitely scale above the likes of Superman. Probably not everything he's done, but should be relatively stronger and more durable than Superman. Speaking of his abilities here, Doomsday actually has reactive adaptation, meaning he can adapt to whatever situation that comes his way. And whatever kills him cannot kill him the same way twice, albeit that is a bit contentious, but I'll dive into that later. So yeah, definitely faster than light, easily. Being able to react to Superman, Flash, Wonder Woman, Martian Manhunter, these guys literally move in nanoseconds to faster. Like, it's not even up for debate here. So again, yeah, I think that's pretty much it. That pretty much covers Doomsday. He's really pretty much a tank. I mean, he can adapt to anything, even adapt to the weaknesses of his opponents. Like when he actually had a kryptonite, or when he actually had fire to beat Martian Manhunter. So again, this would make make him relatively above a lot of members of the Justice League. So let's begin here. In terms of physical strength, I do have to say Destroyah does have the easy edge here. Now, hear me out. He's fighting Godzilla and being relatively above him consistently. It's always about consistency on this channel here, and whoever is the more consistent opponent in a category, I will award that. Now, sure, Doomsday is constantly fighting Team Busters, right? Now, you can say Black Adam's a Team Buster. Oh, Superman's a Team Buster. I don't know if you would count that, because I mean, Solo and the Teen Titans is kind of contentious in my opinion. They're not even the most experienced team in DC for that reason. So again, I do have to say here that Superman probably is a Team Buster, but probably not. It's a 50-50 shot here. In terms of versatility, Destroyah does have actually something that Doomsday hasn't died by, and that's molecular manipulation. Destroyah could pretty much use his micro-oxygen cannon plus his greater physical might to pretty much just kill Doomsday in different ways. Now, can Doomsday adapt to Destroyah's weakness of Sub-Zero energy? Yeah, I do think he can. I do think he could probably emit something that allows him to produce the level of the Absolute Zero cannon. Only thing is, that's not really how it works with Destroyah. You need to not only have the Absolute Zero cannon, you have to have the physical AP to actually execute it. This is what happened when a soldier actually used an Absolute Zero missile and it froze Destroyah, and Anguirus had to be the one to actually deal the finishing blow. Okay? So that means you need to have the physical AP to, on top, pretty much have the physical AP on top of his weakness to basically harm him. And even then, that doesn't outright kill him. And there have been occasions where Doomsday does have the weakness, but he still loses. This dude had kryptonite claws for Superman. Like literal kryptonite claws. And somehow, while he was made of kryptonite, he still lost to Superman. Like, really? How? This dude was made of kryptonite. Superman's literal weakness. And Doomsday got beat. It was the weirdest thing ever. So again, you also got to say, okay, does Doomsday have the AP of Anguirus? Probably not. Anguirus has been able to harm and even break bones of Space Godzilla, King Ghidorah, Gigan. You know, he's actually been able to knock out Gigan as well, especially when with help. But still, he's able to do the physical damage of it. You know, it's roughly weird. It's very contentious to say Doomsday has the same AP as characters like Anguirus. Well, let's say he does. Then he has it. Only problem is, Destroyah had ragdolled Anguirus so badly that he needed help. So again, even if Doomsday does have the AP and is above the physical AP of Anguirus, maybe, he would still need help. The same way Anguirus did. So even if we give Doomsday all that, it may not be enough to flat out beat Destroyah because he already has that physical edge. This is also a sheer fact that Destroyah also has his own reactive evolution. Destroyah can start off in his baby form and then use his flying form to straight up outmaneuver Doomsday. Yes, I know Doomsday reacted to flying before, but Destroyah was a lot faster than Steel any day of the week. So at the end of the day here, I'm going to have to say Destroyah, simply because he uses molecular manipulation to pretty much kill Doomsday in different ways here. So anyway, that's all going to be for today here. I think Doomsday definitely takes this Destroyah takes this at least 6 times out of 10, with Doomsday claiming the rest. This is Legendary Grimlock, and I'll see you guys later.